Do y'all know those books that are like enemies to lovers but 10 times more complicated, like friends to enemies to strangers to enemies to lovers? Well, I will be giving you recommendations for those right now. A contemporary that is lovers to exes to bro, who are you to lovers. Fantasy that is childhood strangers to lovers to enemies to lovers to enemies to lovers. Another contemporary, and it's childhood best friends to kind of friends with benefits to maybe more to enemies to forced proximity to lovers. Okay, this one's a doozy, but it's fantasy, and it's strangers to reluctant allies to lovers to way too many betrayals. Like, baby, I know I said I like slow burn, but come on, be happy for like more than 2 seconds to lovers. And finally, a contemporary that is rivals to lovers to exes to, oh wait, lovers? To, oh, never mind, I hate you, to, actually, I kind of like you, to lovers.
I have only ever DNF'd a book once in my entire life, and let me tell you why I don't DNF books. The only reason I don't DNF books is out of spite. If I'm reading a book and I hate it or I'm not enjoying it, when I give that review, I want everybody to know, yes, I read it the entire way through and I still fucking hated it. Sometimes I'll say, like, oh, I'm really not enjoying this book, and people will be like, oh, just give it a chance, wait till the ending. I did wait till the ending, and I still fucking hated it, and my review is going to tell you exactly why. I don't want you to have any doubts when I tell you I don't like a book. I don't like it, and I need you to know that I did not like any of it, even the fucking ending that I forced myself to get to.
Penelope Douglas is one of my favourite authors of all time, so let's go through all of their books. Birthday Galley Galley, definitely one of PD's most popular. It's a really good all-rounder for any dark romance, or any romance reader, to be honest. It's full of tropes, the spice is immaculate. Nah, I am a simp for a high school setting. And when I tell you, I go feral for anonymous pen pals, people that talk online anonymously, and then meet in real life and don't know it. I could not put this book down, and I almost wish I had a camera that was recording my facial expressions as I was reading this. Because when it was over, I'd shut the curtains, turn off the lights, and lie down in a dark room. Still to this day, one of the spiciest books I've ever read, and it was on fire. I'm surprised more people don't talk about this one because I thought it was hella good. I love the setting in this, I love the forbidden relationship, it's written really well. This was a solid effort. Tyler is a bit of a dickhead in it, but aren't they all dickheads at this point? Was it savage? Yes. Was I questioning my sexuality by the end? Absolutely yes. Because the spice in this was top fucking tier. Okay, this is a bit awkward. Bully is one of my all-time favourites. I love it. You can just read this as a standalone. The rest, waste of time. Falls Boys is PD's latest release. It was okay. Then lastly, we've got the Devil's Night series. I have a whole other video on my TikTok which goes into more detail on this series. I think it's under my guides playlist. Kill Switch and Nightfall on my Ride or Dies. Corrupt and Hideaway, wasn't that bothered about. These ones are my favourites. And maybe Birthday Girl, actually. I do really like Birthday Girl. I would recommend it.
I read 41 books in the month of January, so let's do a quick ratings and review of all of them. And yes, 41 books is a lot. This is in no way trying to make anyone feel bad about how much they are reading or how much they're not reading. I just have very high functioning anxiety. I also had a lot of stress. I lost a family member this month. So books are my best form of like self-care and like escapism. But let's talk about the books. Finally got to this one, 4 out of 5. 2 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 2 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 6 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5. I got the arc, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5. I got the arc, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, so cute, 4 out of 5, so funny, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, literally one of my new favorite books of all time. I love the soulmate equation, however, this one, even better, 4 out of 5. So cute, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 5, I loved it. Could not put this down, 5 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Spicy as hell. 4 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. I also did the audiobook for I'm Glad My Mom Died. I know you're not supposed to wish death upon people, but I am also glad that she is no longer in that situation. 4 out of 5. So That was all 41. Sorry, that was like a rapid fire edition. I hope it helps if you want to read any of them. My TBR is absolutely stacked, so I'm going to get back to reading.
Guys, so I have 9 books here that were literally all over Booktok, and I read them all, and I'm here to let you know whether or not I thought they were as good as people were hyping them up to be. So let's get started. First, we have Verity by Miss Colleen Hoover. I still to this day can't wrap my head around whether or not I'm team manuscript or team letter. Part of me wants to believe I'm team letter, but really deep down inside, who am I kidding? Actually, I'm saying it right now, I think I'm team manuscript, but this, it was a work of art. Then we have It Ends With Us by Miss Colleen Hoover. If you haven't seen this around Booktok and Instagram and everywhere, I don't know where you've been living, because even if you're not really into books, I'm sure this has come up on your page somehow. But anyways, there's a reason why it was so popular. It was very, very good. I think I read this over a year ago, so looking at all the other Colleen Hoover books I've read, it's not my favorite, but it is still up there. Hating Game by Miss Sally Thorne. Unfortunately, it just wasn't for me. Silent Patient, people either loved this, I found, or people hated it. Me, I loved it. Page 304, mind blown, insane, loved every single second of it. Then we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Unfortunately, I think it was just hyped up so much for me that it was good, don't get me wrong, but I just couldn't give it a 5 stars out of 5. Unfortunately, I gave it 3.5 out of 5. We have A Court of Thorn and Roses. This is the first book in the ACOTAR series. It was very, very good. The first one is like a little bit slower. I'm not 100% done the series yet. I'm gonna finish that soon, but if you don't like this one, please trust me and just give the second book a shot, because the second book was amazing. Absolutely loved it. We have Every Summer After by Miss Carleen Fortune. This one has my heart. Loved it. 5 out of 5. Definitely worth the hype. Then we have Beach Read by Miss Emily Henry. This one was definitely cute. I really did enjoy it, but for me, it was a 4 out of 5. Then It Happened One Summer. Oh my goodness, Piper and Brendan, they have my heart. I'm obsessed with them. I love them.
Yeah, no, I don't really ever give books 5 stars. I mean, after all, that's perfection, and I like to think of myself as a very fair but honest reviewer, so maybe 4 stars, but even that is pushing it. And you get 5 stars, and you get 5 stars, and you get 5 stars, and not you, and you get 5 stars!
I have read every single one of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, and I wanted to share my rankings with you as to which ones were my favorites and which one weren't my favorites, and my opinions and so on, and 5-star, 4-star reads kind of a thing. Taylor Jenkins Reid has 9 books, 8 physical copies of books, and then 1 is only on audiobook. I'm gonna share them from my least favorite to my favorite, and I guess we'll start with my least favorite, which is unfortunately the audiobook, which is The Evidence of the Affair. I read that. It's like a 2 or 3 hour audiobook. It's not long at all, but it was really interesting. It was good. It's Taylor Jenkins Reid. I do love her. I love her writing, but I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't my favorite. And then coming in 9th is Maybe in Another Life. I just recently finished this one. I really liked it. I believe I gave it 4 stars. And then next, coming in at 7th, is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This was the first book that I read by her, and kind of the reason why I got addicted to her and I became obsessed. I love this book. I gave it 4 stars. It is not my favorite, obviously, but still incredible writing, incredible storyline. Love it. And then, well, Forever Interrupted and One True Loves for me are like an even 5. I can't, like, I don't know. They're both my favorite. Like, I didn't know which one to put first because I love them both so much. But yes, I absolutely loved both of these. These are both 5-star reads for me. I flew through both of these, and I hope that if she comes out with another book anytime soon, they're similar to this kind of book. These are my favorites of hers, definitely. And then coming in 4th is Malibu Rising. I read this one last November, and I think I gave it 4 stars when I finished it. But honestly, since I've thought about it, I've gone back to like pages and stuff, and I've like just really thought about it. This is definitely a 5-star read for me. I don't know why I gave it 4 stars. This book was incredible, and I love, love, love this book. Also, it's like also one of my favorite covers of books ever, so it's beautiful. And then coming in third is After I Do. I was not expecting to like this book so much. It is incredible, 5 stars. I tabbed it, and I still think about this book daily, 5 stars. Coming in second is Carrie Soto Is Back. I almost just said Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read this, I got an arc of this, which was probably this was my most anticipated read of the year, but also getting an arc was probably the most exciting thing of the year for me. Absolutely incredible. Love this book so much. 5 stars. Coming in as my all-time favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book is Daisy Jones and the Six. I could read this book over and over again. I've never read it. I've only read it once, but I absolutely would read this book multiple times. All-time favorite book. I cannot wait for the show. Oh, just thinking about this book just gives me butterflies. Yeah.
Ranking and rating all the books in the Shatter Me series.
My first place spot goes to book 3 with 5 stars. I love the romance in this one. I thought it was beautifully written, and Warner is obviously fantastic. Then we have book 5. I gave this one 4.9 stars. I loved all the different perspectives, especially Kenji's. Then we have books 6 and 1 respectively with a third place tie at 4.7 stars. I loved them both, but I just felt like some parts were a little bit slow. Then we have book number 2 in 4th place with 4.6 stars. I liked this, but it was just like not my favorite. Then finally we have book number 4 in 5th place with 4.4 stars. There was too much like government stuff going on.
Now for the novellas.
So these novellas, I give them a collective ranking of number 2 with 4.3 stars. They all kind of blend together to me, but I enjoyed reading them. Then for my favorite novella, we have Believe Me, because I'm a huge sap and I just thought it was adorable. What are your rankings?